Hey everyone, Tinkenstein here. In this video, I'll give you your 10 tips and tricks for becoming much better in Enlisted. These are tips that are specifically geared towards Enlisted gameplay and come from my experiences in both Enlisted and from my literal decades of experience playing first-person shooters. This said, let me know in the comments below if you think I should do more Enlisted videos, or if not, what type of video I should do next. Also, subscribe for more content and to support my channel, that'd be really cool. Either way, let's get into it. So for number 1, the first tip. I'll start with something very useful that I just don't see a ton of people doing. Make a habit of picking up weapons from fallen soldiers. Stock loadouts tend to be extremely limiting, so picking up weapons from the corpses of enemies and allies alike, especially those weapons with special characteristics such as SMGs or, better yet, LMGs, assist when you might only have a bolt-action rifle and, for example, want to clear a house. Further, they give you great versatility that will aid you for the duration of your character's life. For tip number 2, use cover every chance that you can. Not only is this important in protecting you from being hit, but it can also hide you as well, allowing for you to possibly ambush your enemies. If using cover to fire back at enemies, you can peer out from that cover by using the Q and E keys on PC. But if you play console, you should be able to do that as well. Just check your control bindings for that action. Also, use cover when using a medkit, especially when downed, otherwise you will be killed. Even using concealment, like a bush, will greatly improve your chances of survival. For tip number 3, this one kinda goes with the tip that I just went over. Lay down when you do not have cover, at least when trying to sneak around or ambush an enemy. At least as of right now, if your enemies have any foliage showing in game, i.e. they don't turn their graphics down for an advantage, you should be able to pick off people without them ever seeing you, especially if using a sniper. They will easily end up giving you numerous kills before even being seen. Bonus points if there is immediate cover next to you, such as a tree or even a destroyed vehicle, for you to use to hide behind if you are seen and or shot at. For tip number 4, aim for the body. You don't always need to go for the trick headshots, especially when you're using a full-sized and high-powered rifle. Unless the only option is a headshot, such as if the enemy is mostly behind cover, you should stick to aiming for the body. Headshots are not only too tricky, especially with the high dispersion of fire in Enlisted, even among sniper rifles, but they will likely kill an enemy all the same as a hit against the body would do. For number 5, use most vehicle types sparingly if you are not in a tank crew or if you're not a pilot. The reason why I say this is that they make a ton of noise and do not do much outside of transporting troops. Oftentimes, when moving across poor terrain such as a forest floor or a swamp, it is much quicker to simply run to your destination rather than taking a vehicle. If you find a vehicle with weaponry on it, such as a 50 cal, then feel free to disregard this, unless of course the enemy clearly has tons of anti-vehicle weapons at their disposal. For tip number 6, this one is a bit more important than most. Manage your soldiers and logistics in order to equip your soldiers with the best equipment possible, and do this all the time. Remember to upgrade your perks when you get the chance, otherwise you'll miss out on big in-game bonuses. By upgrading your soldiers with newer weapons, you'll ensure that they will be able to be upgraded more, and more importantly, you'll be able to equip your soldiers again with the weapons of your choice. Just as importantly, soldier perks are massively important as they modify the gameplay of individual soldiers massively. Squad bonuses also fall under this category and will help you tremendously in each match. For number 7, try to reload non-scoped rifles only after you've used your entire internal magazine. You'll pull out a stripper clip and reload far faster that way. Otherwise, it's a 1-by-1 round reload. Additionally, do not reload if you suspect an enemy is nearby, at least if you only have 1 or 2 rounds in your magazine that are expended. I know it's tempting, and even I have also done it, but if you reload, it effectively takes you out of combat. It's much better to have a 3-round mag than to be stuck reloading with an enemy coming through the door. For tip number 8, use melee in close range if you have a bolt-action rifle and aren't great with it, or if you're stuck reloading, as I advised against in the previous tip. Additionally, if the enemy is already down, even if you've downed him in close range with a firearm, still melee him as to not waste ammo. Also, it keeps you a little bit more quiet so as to possibly ambush other enemies around the corner. With number 8 out of the way, that kind of leads me to my tip number 9. Now, if you are in close range, use your knife. This is a one-shot kill, and if you have the opportunity, do a quick switch from your main firearm and use the knife. Also, if you have a sidearm, this tip also works with that. Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. And for the 10th and final tip, this one is also arguably the most important. Prioritize objectives over anything else. If you want to win, this is how you do it. Objectives are single-handedly the most important aspect of winning in Enlisted, as it also happens to be in War Thunder. To this point, select your spawns based on objective location. The closer you can be to the objective when spawning in, the faster you can make an impact on the battle. Also, if you happen to have the ability, set up rally points for your team, or if one is already available, spawn in on it. These are oftentimes the deciding factor in the battle for an objective, as your team will be able to spawn more troops closer to the fight than the enemy is able to, oftentimes giving you a decisive advantage and ultimately winning out the battle. But that all said, thank you all so much for watching. I know that this video is a little bit of a departure from my normal types of videos, being that this is Enlisted and not War Thunder, but I figured it's fairly close and it is also developed by Gaijin. So let me know in the comments below if you like this video, and more so if you would want me to produce more content for Enlisted, or for that matter, any other game. But that being said, again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already, as all of that means a ton to me and really assist with the YouTube algorithm. Either way, I'm saying either way a lot tonight, but I'm signing out for the night. Again, take care everyone, and I'll see you all on the other side.